We added an office here, right in the Redwood Shores area, and we also added an office in the New York City area. And we did this quite purposefully because in our view, there is an intersection happening between entertainment and gaming and the internet. And for us, we wanted to bring the most consumer forward-facing parts of our organization, the sales group and the marketing group, to be right in the middle of all of this activity. We are humble enough to know that we don't have all the answers for where the entertainment world is going over the next number of years. But we're smart enough to want to put our foot in two of the major markets where this development activity is happening, here in the Valley as well as in New York City, and to participate in the ideation and the thinking as to where the future is going to be. In our view, you need to look at this more broadly than just placed advertising. There are a number of other models that we are thinking about, whether it's subscription-based, whether it's other forms of paid content. And right now we're essentially evaluating a range of these services. In Japan, we've announced that we'll launch essentially a TV guide type of channel because it's a service that doesn't exist in Japan. It's something that is being monetized given our large install base there, and it's something that the consumer values. Do I expect other types of new developments to happen here in the Americas? Absolutely. What those look like, we're still experimenting to see what that might be.
So how many people will you have here in the Valley?
We have about 65 people here in the Valley.
65. You've hired someone from Yahoo?
We have. We've hired Cami Dunaway from Yahoo, who's here. And Vince didn't hurt me too bad as he walked off the stage. As we look at online, for example, we view online very different than other companies in the space. It doesn't always have to be a head-to-head play in order for it to be a positive online experience. Today we make content available like a weather service. We make content available where people are creating their own caricatures and posting those on an internet service to compare with other people or just to share with other people. We think all of these forms of online participation are entertainment versus simply playing a video game where I must win and you must lose in a head-to-head battle. If I'm in the audience and I have a burning idea, a burning thought for a game or some sort of content, one of the things that we, Nintendo, have done is really open our arms to all types of developers through a series of developer conferences, discussions that we hold at GDC, the Game Developers Conference. It's going to be here in the San Francisco area in February. We have made it essentially a life pattern to share our knowledge and our expertise as broadly as we can. I think if there was some key learning from those dark days, Nick, that you referred to earlier, it's that in the past, Nintendo was pretty closed, pretty close to the vest, and really didn't share a lot of our technology or knowledge with the development community. And we've really changed that. I think our worldwide president, Arturo Iwata, really has embraced that developer's mentality. He himself is a developer. And so those are the ways to learn about how we make games, the tools and technology that we make available not only for Wii but for DS as well. And those opportunities are all open for small developers of where's their opportunity today. Certainly on the Nintendo platforms there's huge opportunity. Broader than that, there is a lot of discussion about the casual gaming space. That continues to be a large opportunity. The question is, how do you monetize it? I think it's what folks need to figure out. There are a number of ways to do it. Beyond that, it all comes down to having a great, innovative idea and bringing it out into the marketplace in a successful way. The one piece about this industry is it tends to be lemming-like. Once there's a success in a particular area, the entire industry does tend to move that way. To me, there's opportunity in zigging when others are zagging. That's what Nintendo did 4 years ago, when everyone was focused on prettier pictures and more in the hardcore. We went a different route. I think that's how many in this room need to think about the gaming industry. If everyone is saying opportunities over here, there probably is something in this part of the world that needs to be explored. Through our internet connection, we today make available our own legacy content from our early versions of home consoles that we sell direct to consumers. What we recently announced is that we're making development systems available to small players that they can create their own game, and this would be sold directly to consumers through the internet. We call it WeWork, and the idea, the concept is to find the next great Tetris, the next great, small game that can be sold direct to the consumer, no marketing costs per se. The developer has the benefit of a very large install base today that's growing quite rapidly. And so that's a very close-in way for entrepreneurs to really participate in the success that we've had at Nintendo. In order to make money in this industry, from a publisher standpoint, you need to balance the investment in the content against the return in number of copies of games that you'll sell. I was at an event a few weeks ago where one of the largest third-party publishers put it this way. He said, for me to make money on an Xbox 360 or PS3 game, I need to sell between 1.3 and 1.5 million copies. To make money on a Nintendo DS game, I have to sell 100,000 copies. Ranges that you will hear really determine how photorealistic you're trying to get in a game, all of the other bells and whistles that you want to add in. But the cost estimates for a competitive platform game can be anywhere between $20 and $50 million total investment. For a Nintendo DS game, we're talking in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And for Wii?
And for Wii, it's including marketing investment, maybe $5 to $10 million. So it's a pretty dramatic difference, and that of course drives the difference in how many copies you need to sell as a publisher to have it be a positive financial investment.